Daily Tech News with Alan Smithson.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Daily Tech News. Today is Tuesday, May 21st. My name is Alan Smithson, and there's a lot to cover today. We've got a lot going on in space, a lot going on in 3D XR, but let's kick it off with some AI news. Scarlett Johansson is not so happy about OpenAI's new chatbot that allows you to have a conversation with it. I just started playing with it yesterday, and I have to say, it is really, really awesome. Oh my God, you can literally just have a conversation. It's got about a second delay, and sometimes it interrupts you and stuff like this, but wow, you don't have to press any buttons. You just literally have a conversation with it like you're having a conversation with a friend. And I inadvertently chose the Scarlett Johansson, the Scarlett Johansson voice, if you would. And so says here, Scarlett Johansson says she was shocked and angered over an OpenAI's use of a voice that was eerily similar to hers. The idea here, she wrote a letter to them saying, hey, I can't use my voice. But the whole idea, there's a voice called Sky. And yeah, it really does sound like Scarlett Johansson. Now, she has a beautiful voice, and it's nice for AI. It's nice to have it talk to you. But yeah, it's interesting. So she says here, when I heard the release demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded so eerily similar to mine that my closest friends and news outlets could not tell the difference. I think this is really interesting. And Mr. Altman even insinuated that the similarity was intentional, tweeting a single word, her, a reference to the film in which I voiced a chat system, Samantha, who forms an intimate relationship with a human. Well, I think we will see. Well, I know they got rid of their ethics team. They got rid of their super alignment team. OpenAI went from open to closed. They are on a path of destruction, and we'll see how they go. However, the tool they've built is pretty damn awesome. So, speaking of AI, this is a podcast.
Hey, everybody, I'm Dougie.
Between a real guy, Dougie, and his AI assistant or AI interviewer. But check it out.
Your creativity and productivity with the latest AI tools.
Breaking down the complex, making it clean from your.
I just add today. Thank you, my friend. Yes, I am back in the U.S.
Wait a second. Is he an AI or is he? I misunderstood this. Maybe they're both AIs. Maybe they're not. Maybe neither one of them is. Anyway, there's a whole podcast on AI, lucid dreaming, deepfake scams. I'll put the link in the chat. I actually thought the guy on the left was an AI. Oh my God, what's happening with this technology? Okay, over to XR. Check this out. This is a new concept for AirBnB where you can see a spatial version. So this is in the Apple Vision Pro. You can go and see spatially what your rental is going to look like. You can go choose your houses there, say, okay, I'm going to go on a vacation. You really never know where it is in relation to things. So this gives you a map, shows you where you are in relation to the ski hills. Oh, wow. Just how cool is that? But anyway, very cool. Love it. What a great concept. What a great concept for people that want to look for a house and they have an Apple Vision Pro. All right. VCs and the military are fueling self-driving startups that don't need roads. There's two startups here. One's called Overland and the other one's called Potential from Canada. And it's interesting because they've created these overland vehicles. We covered this one last week, this big tank thing, this autonomous tank. But they're also able to drive. It says the terrain gets a vote on how the vehicle moves. And the interesting thing here is that they're real-time mapping this. With these kind of off-road dune buggy type things, they're literally going off-road. There's no trail, and they're mapping a trail as they go. And so it says here, how can you actually enable somebody who maybe isn't a 100% expert driver, but somebody who wants to go off-roading and experience these new challenging conditions? So maybe they're looking at civilian applications, but really this is military applications of this technology going off-road. We'll see if it makes its way into the consumer market. All right. More really cool stuff. This is Gaussian splatting in Unreal Engine. I thought this was super neat. Yeah, I'm going to kill the sound here. We don't really need it. So they've been able to take Gaussian splats and bring them into what looks like a camera angle, but it's not. Excuse me. It's not a camera angle. It's all rendered. Wow. The rendering is getting really, really good. Holy moly. Okay. Speaking of good rendering, check this out. Being able to put things, this is just a new fun way to kind of, Meta's got this whole cross-platform headset player, and phone player, so you can play with your friends. So if you have one headset, but your friends are over at your house, you can play a game together. I think this is really the future of this because, not everybody's going to have a headset all at once. And, the ability to, have people on phones, tablets, computers, headsets, all playing together, a fun game that is fun for both, phones and mobile and VR. I think this is just neat stuff. I think there's a whole window to the world that we're not seeing here. And I'm looking forward to more of it. This is out from Meta. Okay. This is kind of strange and weird. Satya Nadella said that Windows PCs now have a photographic memory called Recall that will remember and understand everything you do on your computer. I'll let him explain.
How do we introduce memory, right? Photographic memory into what you do on the PC. And now we have it. So it's called Recall. It's not keyword search, right? It's semantic search over all your history. And it's not just about any document. We can recreate moments from the past, essentially.
Here's how it works. Windows constantly takes screenshots of what's on your screen.
Okay.
Then use...
Okay, I'm just going to stop there and say, let's maybe not do that. I don't know. Does anybody else feel like this is a little bit too big, brother? Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Recall by Microsoft. Okay. This was super cool. I saw yesterday. This girl was taking a little selfie video, and she just happened to be at the right time in the right place. Check this out. This video is absolutely incredible. Let's watch it again. Look at the video. The whole sky lights up. That's so cool. Oh man. Over to more space news. A new spacecraft system uses air as fuel to offer endless electric propulsion. Air-breathing electric propulsion uses upper atmospheric air as a fuel to power electric thrusters on satellites. So satellites need to move sometimes, and sometimes they get out of orbit. They need to go back up into orbit. So this is a great way to use solar and just air from the atmosphere to fuel that. And there's a happy-looking guy working on the thruster device. Very, very complicated stuff, but very, very cool. Nonetheless, you have thrusters from regular air. Wow. Neat stuff. I'll put the links in the description of the YouTube videos as usual, so you can read and dig deep and get your more than just a snippet of news. Okay, speaking of space, Blue Origin astronauts got trapped. They had a very, very successful launch. It launched up. Here, I'll play you a little bit here.
Control.
Here it is. Oh, there we go. We'll just go back to the launch. Check it out. Successful launch. Woo! But it wasn't all great. They actually landed in some foliage that blocked the door. So, I mean, just a very small foliage. See what I did there? But anyway, everybody's safe and sound, and it was another successful mission by Blue Origin. Okay, over to more space travel. Space is becoming hot right now. Dragonfly, the billion-mile mission to explore Saturn's biggest moon. They're taking a minivan-sized drone, and they're sending it out to Titan, the largest moon on around Saturn. And this is going to be really, really cool. There's a whole article on exploring Titan, why they're doing it. There's the lander there. See it?
Saturn's largest moon, Titan, has a thick atmosphere and a frozen surface rich in organic molecules. In 2034, a NASA mission called Dragonfly will arrive at Titan and study its chemical makeup. Dragonfly is a rotorcraft designed to visit multiple sites across the moon's varied terrain. At each new landing site on Titan's surface, Dragonfly uses a pulsed neutron generator and onboard gamma-ray sensor to detect key elements such as carbon and hydrogen in organic materials or oxygen in water.
I'm going to leave that because, wow, very, very cool stuff. I can't wait for this. It feels like science fiction is happening all around us every single day. And more science fiction. Check this out. An insect-inspired robot eye offers 220-degree field of view and motion tracking. They're using kind of the same idea as pinhole cameras in an eye of a fly. And you can see here, they've got all these different sensors in here. And so they're able to use pinhole cameras with all of these different technologies to get a really, really wide angle and they're able to use 2 for a full 360. Yeah, very, very cool. The integrated pinhole camera system helped researchers capture ultra-wide-angle panoramic images with 140 degrees field of view, which is fairly wide, almost the entire width of your visual acuity. So very, very cool stuff. And yeah, who knew that nature would give us all the answers? Now, speaking of all the answers, Google researchers have mapped a tiny fragment of the brain, and what they found was incredible. The interesting thing here is we often compare the human brain to a giant computer. Now we generate, a ton of memory. It says here, researchers discovered 57,000 neurons, 230 millimeters of blood vessels, an astonishing 150 million connections between brain cells and called synapses. The data contained within that minuscule piece of cortex amounts to a staggering 1,400 terabytes. And to put it in perspective, the average PC may have about 1 terabyte of storage in the device. And so, yeah, there's more information on this. It's just incredible that our human brains are able to process so much data, and that our, even the most advanced AI systems are just basically, amoebas compared to our brains. It's very, very cool. And yeah, I look forward to more research into how our brain works and how we can use this to better humanity. Okay, scientists trap sunlight to reach near temperatures of nearly 2,000 degrees. The idea here is that sunlight's constantly pouring down into Earth, and we're able to capture that for solar power and stuff. But a lot of things, we don't even need to create power. We just need to create heat. So things like smelting metal or creating concrete, we can actually now start to do it because over 1,800 degrees, we start to get the ability to melt things like steel. And so this is, they've reached, an absorber plate reached 1,900 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really warm enough, hot enough to start to melt metals and stuff. So, here's an example of a cement factory. And I mean, obviously we're burning coal, we're using other forms of energy to create cement. Glass is another huge one. So if we can use solar energy to do this, it will reduce our carbon footprint dramatically. So very interesting stuff there. Okay, this is interesting. This is a company called Simulon. I've shown a few of these examples, but this just shows you how it's done. So check this out. You literally just get the Simulon app on your phone. You take a circle of your space. So you do a panoramic of your space. Okay, another panoramic of your space, and the bottom panoramic of your space. It captures everything. And then what it's doing is it's using the LiDAR sensor on your iPhone to map the room, so it knows where everything is semantically. Then you can start to apply 3D graphics. So this would be, I guess you would consider this augmented reality. So you drop this augmented reality, and on the left there, you see what's happening. And he's putting it in there, and you see it's like low res, and you're like, okay, this is cool, very cool stuff. And then he's going to add another graphic in here on the table. I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit. Check this out. Look at the actual graphics when they fully render it. So this is not the rendered, this is just the real time, but wait for the final result. It's really, really incredible. So here's the final result. It took about 3 minutes to render it out. But look at this, look at the shadows, look at the details. Wow. So cool. So they're using basically a low res version to create the video, and then you have the full video being rendered out after time. Okay.
An entirely new.
This is just a fun video that shows Apple. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you can get a sense of Apple's marketing prowess throughout 14 years of saying the exact same thing.
I'm really excited to tell you about an entirely new version, the iPhone 3GS.
Because this is the most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made.
We're introducing iPhone 4. This is, beyond a doubt, the most precise thing, one of the most beautiful things we've ever made. Today, we're going to introduce iPhone 5. It is the most beautiful product we have ever made, bar none. This is iPhone 5S. The team has carefully considered every detail to make this the most beautiful phone ever made. These are the new iPhones, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. They are, without a doubt, the best iPhones we've ever done. Introducing the iPhone 6S and the iPhone 6S Plus. The iPhones you are about to see are the most advanced iPhones ever. This is iPhone 7. It's the best iPhone that we have ever created. iPhone 8, the highest quality video capture ever in a smartphone. This is the most powerful and smartest chip ever in a smartphone. This glass is the most durable ever in a smartphone. This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. This is iPhone 10s. It is the most advanced iPhone we've ever created.
The iPhone 11 Pro, and these are the most powerful and most advanced iPhones that we have ever built in a stunning new design.
This is iPhone 12 Pro, the largest display we've ever shipped in an iPhone.
iPhone 13 Pro. These are the best iPhones we've ever created. iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, the best iPhones we've ever created. And iPhone 15 Pro. These are the best and most capable iPhones we've ever made.
Oh man, marketing is great. Okay, this is speaking of marketing. Tesla's going through a little bit of a rough time there. The investors are starting to wonder, is this going to can it keep going? And the interesting thing is that this video was made by the team at Tesla, and Elon Musk posted this yesterday and said he had no part in it. They just did it, but it's really an homage to Tesla and its future, and really kind of to encourage investors to invest in Tesla. And I'm going to play the whole thing. I'll leave you with this because I think it's a really cool video. It shows Tesla and what they want to do with the future of not just autonomous vehicles, but also robotics. So check it out. I'll leave you with this. Have a great day.
The goal is to give people hope that there is a path to a fully sustainable global economy, that we are on that path, that we are accelerating that path, and that so long as we don't get complacent about it, it will happen.
This was really the beginning of the end of the Tesla bubble. I actually think the company could go bust.
Tesla's Model Y is the world's best-selling car, beating out Toyota's RAV4 and its Corolla models.
Regarding FSD version 12, it's profound. The rate of improvement is rapid. It might be the biggest asset value appreciation in history when you can do unsupervised full self-driving.
I mean, that just sounds like a story stock, autonomous taxi. I mean, can you really balance your checkbook with, sort of pie in the sky predictions like that?
If you ask the wrong question, the right answer is impossible.
My prediction is that a majority of Tesla's long-term value will be Optimus. And that prediction I'm very confident of. It's very rare a product comes along that is seemingly impossible, that experts said would never be made. And this is one of those times. Finally, the future will look like the future. People say, like, why'd you make it bulletproof? I'm like, why not?
Energy storage deployments, the Megapack in particular, reached an all-time high in Q1, leading to record profitability for the energy business.
This is the machine that builds the machine, and the factory is the product. And this building is the most advanced car factory that Earth has ever seen.
If you value Tesla as an auto company, it's just the wrong framework. If somebody doesn't believe Tesla's going to solve autonomy, I think they should not be an investor in the company. But we will, and we are.
I'll stop there. That was a pretty powerful video for Tesla investors. Anyway, today has been full of amazing, wonderful things. We are going to space. We are creating solutions here on Earth. We have AI that remembers everything we do. And let's just not forget that we're only doing this in service to humanity. And today I'm giving a talk at a beautiful conference called Gatherverse on a topic called Humanics, the intersection of humanity, technology, and ethics. I hope you'll attend. I'll put the link in the chat as well. Have a great day, everybody. Treat each other with respect and love, and have a great day. Peace.